Moonshot AI just dropped a 1 trillion parameter open source model that competes with GPT-5 and Claude Opus. Kimi K2.5 is multimodal, agentic, and can run parallel agent swarms to tackle complex tasks. And it's fully open source. What's up everyone, welcome back to Tech Wealth Hub. Today we're breaking down Kimi K2.5, a model that has no business being this good for something you can download and run yourself. Let me show you exactly what it can do and why this changes the open source AI game. Let's dive in. Kimi K2.5 is built by Moonshot AI, the Chinese AI lab behind the Kimi Assistant. This is their latest and most powerful model, built through continual pre-training on approximately 15 trillion mixed visual and text tokens on top of their K2 base model. Let's talk about the specs because they're insane. 1 trillion total parameters using a mixture of experts architecture. That means it has 384 experts, but only activates 32 billion parameters per token. So it's efficient despite being massive. It supports a 256,000 token context window. It uses multi-latent attention for efficiency. And it has a dedicated vision encoder called MoonViT with 400 million parameters built right in. This isn't just a language model. It's natively multimodal. It was pre-trained on vision and language tokens together, so it doesn't just see text. It sees images, reads videos, and understands visual data at a deep level. Now let's look at how it stacks up against the big players. And this is where it gets really interesting. On AIME 2025, the hardest math competition benchmark, K2.5 scores 96.1. For context, GPT-5.2 scores 100, and Claude Opus 4.5 scores 92.8. So K2.5 is right there in the top tier. On SWE-Bench verified, the gold standard for real-world coding, K2.5 hits 76.8%. GPT-5.2 gets 80, Claude Opus gets 80.9. Again, remarkably close for an open-source model. Where K2.5 really shines is in agentic tasks. On BrowseComp, K2.5 scores 60.6 in standard mode. But with their agent swarm system? It jumps to 78.4. That beats GPT-5.2's 65.8 by a huge margin. On vision benchmarks, it's even more impressive. OCRBench 92.3, beating GPT-5.2's 80.7. InfoVQA 92.6, destroying GPT-5.2's 84. This is an open source model matching or beating closed source giants. That's unprecedented. The headline feature of K2.5 is Agent Swarm. This is not just multi-agent prompting. This is a fundamentally new approach where the model itself coordinates a swarm of parallel agents. When K2.5 gets a complex task, instead of trying to solve it sequentially, it decomposes the task into parallel subtasks. It then dynamically creates specialized agents for each subtask. These agents work simultaneously, each with their own specific role. In the demo, the agent swarm UI shows multiple agents running at once. KK is doing search. Dr. Lee is doing analysis. Tim is doing retrieval. Judy is writing. All running in parallel with progress indicators. The output is incredible. From a single research query, the swarm produced a data CSV covering 44 papers, a 334-page comprehensive report, downloaded 49 PDF files, created 12 data visualizations, and compiled 17 information sources. That's not a chatbot response. That's research assistant level output. Let me show you the official demo from Moonshot AI. You can see the Kimi K2.5 launch with the model's capabilities across different domains. Then it transitions to the agent swarm introduction. The demo shows the swarm in action with multiple agents working simultaneously. KK searching, Dr. Lee analyzing, Tim retrieving, Judy writing. All coordinated in parallel. The output file summary shows the incredible depth of work. CSV data, hundreds of pages of reports, dozens of downloaded papers, data visualizations, and source compilations. All from a single request. And it's available right now on Kimi.com, the Kimi app, the API, and Kimi code. What makes this special isn't just the benchmarks. It's that this is open source. You can download the weights from Hugging Face right now. A 1 trillion parameter model, competing with GPT-5.2 and Claude Opus 4.5, available for anyone to deploy. For startups, this means you can build products on a model that rivals the best closed source offerings without paying per token API costs. For researchers, you can study and modify a frontier-class model. The era of open-source models being second-class citizens is over. If you want to try K2.5, the easiest option is Kimi.com, where you can chat with it directly. There's the Kimi app on iOS and Android. For developers, the API is OpenAI and Anthropic compatible. And for self-hosting, grab the weights from Hugging Face and deploy with VLLM or SGLang. That's Kimi K2.5. A trillion-parameter open-source model with native multimodality, agent swarm coordination, and benchmark scores that compete with the best closed-source models. Try it at Kimi.com or grab the weights from Hugging Face. Like and subscribe for more AI content. See you in the next one. Peace.